Oh hey, it's Wes. And it is time to start some fires. Just kidding, we're not gonna burn anything down here. We have the AD400 Pro on hand, and I also borrowed an AD400 so I can compare them side by side. We're gonna talk about way more stuff when we do the full in-depth review that's coming in the coming weeks. Hopefully not weeks away, but my testing is just way too in-depth these days. Tons of stuff we'll be looking at. So for our overheating torture test, we're going to test this 1/2 power every 4 seconds in sync speed. So that is within the camera's sync. For mine, it's below 1/250th of a second. And then second half of this video, we'll test it in high speed sync at 1/500th of a second, because those are two very different scenarios for flashes. High speed sync, very demanding, overheats very quickly in most circumstances. So if we compare the two manuals, we will see that the new Mark II actually has some slightly increased claimed specs for overheating resistance. We're gonna put that to the test. And then things get a little bit different and actually kind of weird in the specs for the high-speed sync. But what I have found is you put this to the test in actual practical terms. And I do the 1/2 power every 4 seconds because I, years ago, filmed myself shooting outdoor wedding photos, so like group photos and stuff, balancing for harsh sunlight. And I found that over a 30-minute period, I was averaging between 1/4 and 1/2 power every 4 seconds. Some people tell me that's insane, but that's just life sometimes when you're doing like commercial grade photography outside. And so using that ballpark is how we figure out our intervals and our power here. On the surface, you expect these flashes to be almost identical. They look so similar. And you expect them to perform identically, but as soon as the fans kick in, we notice that they are actually very different. The 400 Mark II, the fans kick in a lot louder. Is that a bad thing, or is that a good thing? Coming down to the wire here, I think that is the closest I've ever seen a flash to missing the 4-second interval, just like a fraction of a tenth of a second. And there we go. The 400 Pro, the original, after 11 minutes, 48 seconds, 177 flashes. That is good. That is solid performance, I have to say. Unfortunately, I did not change the screen off time on my phone for the timer there. Wow, the Mark II is still going strong. We were supposed to get 5 more flashes out of it. And that was way more than 5 more. We failed at 14 minutes, 24 seconds, 216 flashes. So in a practical sense, not just, banging on that fire button, we got almost 30 more flashes out of this. That's fantastic. And that is a solid upgrade. I like that. I'm impressed. It's not totally indefatigable like the BM Mark II. The 600 BM Mark II, you can check that video as well. For some reason, that one, the fan just kept that thing going indefinitely, which is the first for a large monolight. Switching it up to high-speed sync, far more demanding. This will be a much faster part of our test. I haven't tested the effectiveness of the high-speed sync of the Mark II yet, again, coming in the full review, and we'll actually look even closer to see, exactly how the Mark II is built and the build quality. So in high-speed sync, by the specs, we're expecting 10 more flashes at 1/2 power. But here's the interesting thing. 15 more at 1/4, 15 more at 1/8, 10 less at 1/16, 20 less at 1/32, and then, continuing down the scale, less and less. That's very strange. It's kind of up and down. We're only going to test 1/2 power, though. Oh, there we have it. As expected, the 400 Pro knocked out 4 minutes 56 seconds. Sorry, my timer was off by a little bit there. I didn't press the buttons at the same time. Whoopsie. 74 flashes. Strong performance, but apparently it could be better. The fan is just kicking so loud. I should have put a mic right next to the flashes here so you could really hear that. We have over-temp warnings. We've had the over-temp warning for a long time, but it's still going. Oh, and there we go. 5 minutes and 40 seconds, 85 flashes, so that's another 11 flashes that isn't too far off of our improvement. We're expecting 10, so that one is much closer to the Godox specs. And there you have it. Just I think $50 more for the new one. Unfortunately, yeah, you gotta pay a little bit more, but it is an update. You got the new screen, you have the new syncing capabilities. The battery appears to be the same. In my full review, I am going to tear down this battery and compare it to the original, see if there have been some changes. Because I have a couple different models of the original battery on hand. Actually, way too many of them. Long story, you'll see in the full review. And we'll see how that actually performs. And if they made any updates to that, because I know a lot of people had issues with the battery. As far as the flash itself though, I have been using this hard at a lot of shoots, outside, inside. It's been performing fantastically. Subscribe for more. Catch you guys in the next one. Go take some photos.